Welcome back, everybody. Today we're heading to one of Wisconsin's true treasures, the Racine Zoo. Located right along the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan at 2131 North Main Street in Racine. This is an incredible family destination. It's typically open from 10 a.m. till 5, although just know the hours may vary seasonally, so definitely take a look at their website, which I'll link down below. The admission itself is very affordable. They do have options for adults, kids 3 to 15, and then under 2 is free. The other thing that's nice is that parking is free, and they do offer memberships if you want to visit often. Now, the first thing we're taking a look at when you first walk in, there's this really cool kangaroo exhibit, which I love. It's one of my favorites. You can actually walk in an enclosed area with them. Most of the time they just sort of hang out and stare at you, but it's still kind of fun to be able to get that close to them. Now, when I was a kid, the Racine Zoo used to be free to the public. I mean, obviously now there's a small fee because that cost directly goes for caring for the animals and supporting this really cool park-like gem. It really is one of the most affordable options in this area. And what I love is that every time I visit, they continue to grow and preserve this incredible location. One of the other things that's really cool is it literally is on the shores of Lake Michigan. So there's a moment, and I'll show it to you in just a little bit, where you can see Lake Michigan, and they do a lot of really fun fundraisers with obviously Lake Michigan in the background. Now they also have birds, which were already closed for the season, where you put the little stick out and they eat the bird seed. And then they also have animals, and instead of feeding them, you actually now brush them. And it's so fun because the goats were so happy. Like literally my kids grabbed the brushes and the goats just sat down like, all right, brush us up, which I thought was cool. Now this new area I'm really excited about. Not sure what's going in here, but they were building up all the fencing. It has a new building, so this is going to be really interesting. I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out what the heck is coming there, and I went through their Facebook and their Instagram and nothing yet, so I'm sure that it'll be out there soon enough. Now, one of the things that I love about the Racine Zoo is that it really is a mix of old and new. And I love that they're keeping a bunch of like some of the older things, like for example, this planter. I mean, that's original. It's so cool. And it's got like all the different characters on there. And it's just a really cool historical old thing. Now, Meerkat Manor. Do you guys remember that show? I went on their Instagram and on their Facebook, and I can confirm that they have a bunch of baby meerkats. Now, they're probably not babies anymore, but still they're probably teenagers, youth, and they are in there. We didn't see them all pop out, so only 2 of them showed up during our visit, but definitely worth it to kind of go hang out and see if you can see anything with the meerkats. Rhinos, love it. The giraffes themselves were put away, but the rhinos were out, which we were happy to see. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying, their time in Wisconsin. This weekend that we videotaped this, it was finally getting cooler outside. So I'm sure, even though the rhinos love the warm weather, it was probably like, oh, finally, because they are Wisconsin rhino, so. And then if you don't follow it already, they do have a great Instagram, Twitter X, or Facebook, depending on which one's your preference. And supposedly there is a baby zebra. Now, I don't know if this is him. It did not look like him. The baby looked like it was not that old, so didn't see him that day, but doesn't mean that he wasn't hanging out. Now, I have been to quite a few events at the Racine Zoo. They do a lot of fundraising. So if you are interested in music and then sitting by that little chalet looking over the lake, you can rent space out. They do an Oktoberfest. They do a very fancy formal event as well at the zoo. If you're like, yeah, none of that really appeals to me, they do a really amazing Halloween and Christmas where you can walk through the zoo at night and see all the lit up everything. Back in the day, they did the drive-through the zoo at night, but they adjusted that and now it's a walk-through only. So the next thing I want to show you is the purple martins. So if you are a Disney fan like I am, You know what purple martins are. You know that Disney has them at Epcot. So they also have them at the Racine Zoo. And what I love is that they're little white gourd looking birdhouses. They provide like a nesting site for the birds during their breeding season, which is spring and summer. But what's cool about purple martins is that they help control insect populations. They love mosquitoes, which with all the rain we had this year, we had plenty of those, flies and other pests. So by welcoming them, it supports conservation while also reducing the amount of pesticides needed in the park. The other fun fact about purple martins before we head inside here, they rely almost entirely on human man-made housing. Isn't that crazy? So they don't even know how to make their own housing anymore. Now they do have a couple of indoor buildings. They're very small, so a lot of these animals spend a lot of their time outside. So typically in the summer, you're probably not going to see any of these animals inside. The parrot, they do rotate him out, so he was just relaxing. They also have some orangutans, quite a few monkeys, some porcupines inside. They were so cute. Like as soon as they turned the camera on, they came out and then they ran away. Some of the monkeys are inside, but they also have outdoor exhibits, which is awesome because then they can get out, get some fresh air. The orangutan was adorable. You can see it has a huge cage and it was off on that far end in that half circle. So let's head out. Looks like they recently repainted the walls and I love the big murals. I think they're so cute. Downstairs is just bathrooms. But I think it's so cool that they're, continuing to revamp and fundraise and build up this area. Now we're going to come outside of this building and we're going to go around to the right, and that is where some of the monkeys are hanging out outside. So let's go take a look. So there are quite a few different ways that you could help support the Racine Zoo. First, obviously go and visit, take pictures, share them out, encourage people you know to come and visit this amazing attraction. It is so much fun, and it feels like you're in a park with a bunch of animals. Like it's so nice. Like it's just like you're at a regular just outdoor, out for a stroll, and all of a sudden you wander upon animals. The other options you could do is they have all of those fundraising events. They also have an Amazon list. So one of the things we've done before with our kids is had the kids do something where they made money and then they had to give a portion to charity. And one of the cool things is you could go on Amazon and order items that they need for their animals. They actually have specific things. For example, the spider monkeys or other animals in the zoo. All the residents have their own wish lists, and you can actually support them that way and have them get your items. They also do birthday parties and all types of other events. So definitely check out their website. I'll link the Amazon list down below. We've done that before and then had our kids actually order the items for the animals. The name of the building that the monkeys are in is actually the Vanishing Kingdom building. In 1939, the Racine Zoo built this exhibit hall, and it's so iconic, and it still is a standing structure, which is so cool. So to build it, the city repurposed bricks from the Racine County's old jail, which had recently been demolished. They gave the building a distinct castle look with thick walls, stonework, arches, and a fortress-style tower. It was initially designed to feel like an animal palace, like a home for exotic species like big cats and primates, while also being able to use all of the recycled community resources. Well, what an absolutely amazing day here at the Racine Zoo. From the incredible animals to learning about their enrichment programs, you can really see how much love and care goes into making this place special. Remember that every ticket helps to support the zoo's conservation work and keep this Racine treasure thriving for future generations. And don't forget, there's so many different ways to get involved, from donating enrichment items to even sharing your experience with family and friends. I will link that Amazon list down below as well because that's kind of fun. If you enjoyed this tour, make sure to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you never miss an adventure with me, Jessica, here at Jessica Lynn Original Studios. I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for coming along today. I would love to hear from you. What is your favorite animal at the zoo? Comment that down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep discovering the magic around you. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.